Yo, it's Jazzy Jazz, and I'm thrilled because I have a whole queen in the Zoom building. I am talking entrepreneur, singer. A lot of people don't know that. You used to be a singer, fashion icon, mother, wife, married to the fine Terry Crews, okay? For a long time. So that's an accomplishment too. But it is just an honor to have you here. Welcome. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Jazz. I appreciate it.
And you are opening up your flagship store, Old Pasadena. Your designs have adorned everyone. Jennifer Hudson, Gina Davis, Kelly Rowland, been on the red carpets. Like your designs are amazing. They are magic. So tell me the vision behind the store and what inspired you to open up a brick and mortar.
Well, the vision behind the store is a little Ralph Lauren, a little Chanel, and a lot of Rebecca. I'm a classic stylist. I like to wear very classic looks, suit wear, tailored shirts and blouses, leather, outerwear that's very distinguished. And we opened the store primarily because our items are so unique and they're not inexpensive. And so we felt it was imperative for the public to be able to come and try things on because we're selling online, but some of the nicer things, you want to try it. You don't want to just pay $1,000 for something and you can't try it on, see if it fits, if you like the way you got to touch it, you got to dance
Yeah.
in it. And I've wanted a store for the last 5 years, but we just weren't able to do it. And this is just a tremendous blessing.
Well, congratulations. I can't wait to get in the store. I'm in New York, but I'm going to fire up the private jet when I get one. And I'm
Girl,
going
you and me both.
So tell me I love the way you talked about your designs. Now I understand that your tuxedos, which I love a woman in a tuxedo. Yo, that is so fire, right? But one was inspired by your 30th wedding anniversary. Talk to me
Yes.
about that.
Well, we're doing the big 30 years, and, I did not want to wear a tight dress and a high heel. I didn't want to look like a makeshift bride. I just wanted to be comfortable because it was summer. And I was like, I'm going to do a white tux. And honey, I paid the stylist. We went all over LA, couldn't find a white tux.
Wow.
Then we tried to find a white suit. And we had to take three pieces from three designers, match them together, and make the outfit. And it was lovely, but it wasn't what I wanted.
But
So I commissioned my
I
suit
bet
wear.
you look so good in that white tux.
Oh, it was really cute, but it still was less than, because I didn't have the satin lapel. I wanted that lapel.
Yeah,
And so yeah.
gotta
And
have a
so
lapel.
I begged our designer friend Nana Bote, who, outfits my husband. All those fabulous suits you see on Terry, that's Mr. Nana. And I've been begging him for years to make me a suit. I said, let me design it and you make it for me. No, Mrs. Cruz, I don't do women. I said, what's the problem? You cinch the waist. No big deal. Come on. And he gave in to me and we made 6 outfits. And I wore them to the Grammys. I wore it to the Oscars. I wore it to the Golden
Oh,
Globes.
and you
And
killed.
everywhere
And
I
you
went.
killed.
Yes.
I saw
And
you out there. You killed. So now, of course, we can get it online as well, right? Rebecca,
yes,
it's Rebecca
absolutely.
Cruz, and the store Old Pasadena. Definitely can't wait to check that out. I mean, I think it's like wearable art. And it's so,
Mhm.
what I love about it is so sophisticated and classy. So you can wear it if you're a youngin', but if you're kind of an OG like me, it's that classy, sophisticated look. Yes.
Yes, and it's contoured for a feminine shape, but it also has a little stretch. It's very comfortable, silk lining, old school tailoring.
I love it. I love it. Now, you were inspired by your 30th anniversary. You're going on your 35th, right?
We just
Wow.
had it in July.
We had it in July. And I don't know if it was this anniversary or another one, but it was very recent. And you were like, baby, you are still the one. What do you do to keep it spicy after 35 years? I mean, that is award winning, girl, bowing down.
Uh, well, one thing is we go to bed early. Listen, after 35 years, we're both tired. So we just have date nights. We just make sure we
Oh,
schedule time to hang out and we schedule everything. It's like, okay, it's your night, boo. Come on.
I love it.
And,
And
you
you
know,
have 5 kids. You have five
yeah,
kids. You juggled being a mother, a wife, an entrepreneur, all of that with 5 children. Okay, you got a superwoman cape hidden in your closet. I already know. A tuxedo,
it
superwoman tuxedo hidden in your closet.
uh, yeah. Well, what I did was I just separated those two paths. I remember something, I believe Michelle Obama said it, but I'm not sure she originated it, is that you can have it all, but not all at once. And I did focus
Mm,
on my children for
mm.
many years. And then I worked sporadically. And then once they were grown ups, I just started going after my own dreams, doing the music, doing the television, all that. And then the clothing during COVID. So
So that's dope. Are you back in music too? You're doing music also?
I am going to do more music.
Yes.
I literally did an EP last year, but couldn't release it. Was in a little dispute with the contract with the producer. But I've got some music sitting in the can and some more. So hopefully this year I can put that stuff out.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So are you so we're gonna see a little singing from the store at the store? You gonna sing? You gonna sing for
You
us?
know, I will tell you that I sing when I'm joyful. Just something I do.
Mm.
But I have not planned any performances for the store launch. So we'll see. We'll see
You
if
gonna
the spirit will move me,
you gonna drop a little tune for us on here on
Um,
the Zoom?
I'm trying to think, do I know any? I'm trying, not know, but I'm thinking of what's on my EP. There's a song that I wrote for my husband called
Mm.
Thank You for This Love. So
Oh,
I'll give you one little line.
okay.
I appreciate you,
Mm,
all the things for me that
mm.
you do.
Yes.
And I want to take the time to say thank you for this love. So it's a little
Woo!
Latin
That
jazz.
is beautiful. You got
Thank
chops,
you.
girl. You got chops. So this is Regina Madre, right?
Yes,
Back in the day when you were singing under the name Regina
yes.
Madre.
Well, I had to go a little incognito on them because, sometimes they try to hate on us girls that are not 22. So I just
Right?
dropped the music. I said, y'all tell me what you think. And we got some great traction.
Congratulations. I can't wait to check out the EP. That is wonderful. So you are doing it all. Now, another thing you did was, which I thought was very courageous, and not just courageous, but inspirational and helpful for so many women. You did an audiobook with your hubby, Stronger Together, and you were very open and candid about the struggles that you all have been through to create the magic of this 35-year-old love and marriage. Just tell us that Terry Rebecca rom-com.
Well, we were college sweethearts. We met at Western Michigan. I was serving in a church there, and he was invited by a friend. So we were kind of hooked up by friends. And then we resisted that initially, and then we fell for each other. And I swore I would never marry an athlete. And I swore I would
What?
never marry like a famous person, right? Like
Yeah.
I said, hey, I'm the star. I don't need to be in his shadow. And Terry was just the sweetest, kindest. I mean, he was so great with my daughter. And we just like knew that we knew that we knew it was us. And we did it. We got married, went off to the NFL. And 7 years into the league, we said, let's go to Hollywood. And we came with
Wow.
like the Beverly Hillbillies. We just came with our truck. We were the Midwestern
The
hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. And thank God, he made inroads as an actor, which was something he'd never done before. And that opened doors for him. And he's still just hamming it up in front of that camera. And he
Oh my
loves it.
God. His performance in White Chicks is inimitable, but of course
Yes.
he's in Everybody Still Hates Chris, and of course
Yes.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like so many things. It would be too long for us to even talk about, but you are accomplished in your own right. And I think the other thing that is so impressive is that you were in environments, NFL and athletes, acting in Hollywood that is so hard on a marriage. I mean, and out here when you're not in Hollywood, it's hard to keep a relationship together. So, and I know that you went through, I guess it was a long time ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
You talked, and you've talked about this, how he admitted some infidelity, admitted some addiction to porn, but you got through that. How did you overcome that?
Well, first and foremost, I always have to give all praise and glory to God because
Yes.
um, the our faith in God has brought us through many, many things. And one of the key principles of the gospel is forgiveness. And
Mhm.
that is not easy forgiveness. It's not just, oh, it doesn't matter. There
Right.
must be repentance. There must be true penitence. And so in our situation, I felt that I saw that. I saw a real, not only the I'm sorries, but the commitment to the work to change behavior.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was key. And so, had that not been the case, we wouldn't have that story. So, I give all credit to my husband because he made
Oh,
the hard choice to go through therapy, even almost like rehab. And he did
wow.
that work, and it was hard, sis. Really, a lot of tears, a lot of fighting. We threw things, we broke things, but we knew we wanted this family to make it, and
Oh,
we
that is
fought for it.
such, I mean, that is such a beautiful story because, like you said, you fought for it. Both of you fought for it with an equal commitment, and it's always got to be NATO. We can't, I mean, not NATO, no action, talk
Yeah.
only. It's got to be action. And it sounds like you really put the work in. I think that's such an inspiration for so many couples. So thank you so much for sharing that, not to just today, but in your book, which people can check out,
Mhm.
Stronger Together, and in so many other ways. Now, another thing that I think your husband was very courageous in and really opened up the doors was when he was honest and talked about candidly the sexual abuse that he suffered.
Mhm.
I think you were even there when it
I
happened,
was.
right?
I
What,
sure was.
what was the story like? You must have been like, what the F?
The place was very crowded. It was so crowded, people were just like shoulder to shoulder, back to back. And suddenly I just saw my husband rear back and push this man. And
Wow.
all the people went like, woo, like a sea, because we were all
Wow.
mashed together. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the guy came back at him, and I saw Terry had both his hands up like this and pushed him again.
Oh,
And
he
I
was
said,
like, I am not the one.
yeah,
Yeah,
but he wasn't
Terry
about
was
to
like,
like,
I am not the
yeah.
one.
But he stopped short of knocking his teeth out of his face,
Yeah.
because we're like the only black people at the party,
Oh my God.
yeah. And it was, big wigs at this party. And so, you're thinking in your mind, if I knock this man out and the cops come, who's getting in the car? Not him,
You already know.
so we'd had that conversation many times, like, babe, you got to cool it, because you'll have this taken from you by some idiot. And so my husband very courageously restrained himself. And we went to the proper people, but they said they would do something and did not. And then when Me Too hit, my husband's like, I'm flashing back. Like he was, triggered by these stories.
I'm
And then
sure.
and
Yeah.
he said that he heard people talking bad about the women and calling them liars and gold diggers. And he's like, that happened to me. How they gonna call her? So he went public right there. I said to him, I said, you sure you want to do that? He's like,
How
I'm
did you
I'm
feel like? Were
positive.
you scared when he went public? Because it really was courageous for him to be vulnerable. He's one of the first men who came forward. Now
Right.
with Diddy, we're hearing about everything, right? Man,
Yeah.
woman, animal,
Yeah.
but not really animal. And it's
Yeah.
all alleged still. He hasn't been convicted of
Alleged.
anything, but it's
Yeah.
all alleged. I gotta say alleged. But he was one of the first men to be courageous enough to talk about it. You must have been a little scared.
I was. And, honestly, there was some targeting. There was some things that didn't look right, funny little car accidents and things that were, I
Wow.
mean, I'm just being honest. There were things and they were happening in such succession close together. We kind of connected the dots. And my husband, everything we went through, he made it public. So
Wow.
if we felt there was any harassment happening, we made it public. He put it all on Twitter. And every time he'd go public, it would disappear.
So, what was
So
the scariest moment for you?
Um, oh, I think there was one situation where a news outlet sent a letter to our PR, like 5 in the morning, saying they were going to run some story about him with these prostitutes in Monaco. And my husband just stood his ground. He
Just
said,
fake.
first, yeah, it was fake.
Yeah.
And I was there with him. His PR team was there with him. So he's like, if I went and did something, I must be Superman because I was with everybody all the time. And so he looked this guy dead in the face. He said, run it. I dare you.
Good for
And it disappeared.
Good for you. And
It
I read, I don't know if it's true that he lost Expendables 4 because of the lawsuit that he filed against the abuser.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, it was so brazen and so out there that there was the people, let's just say their words were not minced. They were not minced. It was as if, well, yeah, you understand the deal.
So it wasn't
And
even subtle.
yeah, girl, it was not. So
Whoa.
we were like, wow, y'all like that? Like you just gonna eyeball me and say I dare you? Well, okay, we
I
gotta
love how
stand.
you ride or die for your man. You were right there. You were
I
like,
was,
baby,
honey,
I'm scared, but I got you.
but see, that's where the Most High comes in because this I know that when I have been through anything, trust and believe, miracles follow all of those
Speak on
troubles.
it. Speak on
Miracles,
it.
listen,
Yes.
by the time it was said and done, we had double back in our pocket. We had double everything we even tried to take a loss on because that's just how our God is.
Well, I know another situation that tested your faith. You were diagnosed with breast cancer. Congratulations, you're cancer free.
Yes.
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 What was that journey like for you?
That was really just this odd kind of turn of events. My son had auditioned for a show on Nickelodeon and he got his first ever part on a TV show aside from the work he'd done with the family, right? So
That's what's
he's out
up.
there trying to make it. And so he got that part on a Monday night. Tuesday morning, I get the call from the breast center because I had just done a basic physical, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, sorry, that little knot is cancer." And I was like,
Oh my God.
and I just sat up straight, and I just had that peace. You know how people sometimes say when they're in a stunning moment, they're calm, just the
The
calm
crisis.
came over
Yeah.
me. And I said, well, what do I do? She said, well, we're going to refer you to some surgeons and you go from there. I said, okay, thanks. I went straight into the gym and told my husband. He is about to melt onto the floor. I said, excuse me, you pull yourself together. I said, we're
Wow.
gonna fight this and we're gonna win, Mr. Cruz. He's like, okay.
You see why he loves you so much.
Well, listen, see, and my mother-in-law passed from complications of cancer. She
I'm
had a
so
weakened
sorry.
immune system,
I'm so sorry.
and she, the Flint water and all this and all that, and she passed in a way that the cancer affected her passing. You understand what I mean? It
Yeah.
wasn't the cancer that killed her, but the chemo and the immune system and all these things, and she died of an infection.
Oh, I'm
And
so
so he
sorry. My
lost his
condolences.
mom behind that. So he was scared, very
Of
scared.
course.
But I just told him we're going to have faith. And I had surgery. And a week later, me and my son were going to the studio to shoot his first TV show. And through COVID and the breast cancer and we just kept moving. We just said,
Wow.
don't stop in the middle. You got to go through the valley, not stop in the middle.
Yes, girl, preach.
So
Wow.
we
Well,
just kept going. We went and went and went and went till they let us out of the house.
you are such an inspiration for real. You really, really are, Rebecca. And I would, two last questions, but I just really want to commend you in everything and being so open with us because it inspires so many of us who have gone through that, or are going
Mhm.
through that or have family members going through that. So thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing that with us. Now, a lot of people think you're white. They get it twisted. They think you're a white girl, and you're actually my tribe. You have a black mother and a white father, which
I
is
do.
actually the more unusual, interracial couple. But that's my tribe too. But how did you deal with that growing up, looking so ambiguous in terms of your ethnicity, but being a very proud black woman? Like
Yes.
you ain't trying to pass.
Yeah. It's funny because I grew up in Gary, Indiana, which was a city that went through migration, right? We were a very mixed city when I was little, But by the time I hit junior high and high school, we were Chocolate City. So suddenly I was very odd. I'm in an all black high school and they think I'm white. So I would
Wow.
get like, hey, Tina Marie, they would call me Tina Marie and what's her name? Taylor Dane, all these white singers that sang soul. And I would just laugh because I'm like, my mother is black. So
Right.
when I look in the mirror, as pale as I am with my highlights, I see a black girl, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So I'll even look at my children. I'd be like, get your behind. And I said to my one daughter, I said, girl, get your black behind. She said, Mom, you too like to be calling me black. I said, my mother is blacker than you. You need to be quiet. But they tell me all the time, you too white, Mom. You can't say any of those words.
Oh, that's hilarious. So they
I'm
teach you
like,
about it in your family and your
yes, the
friends
kids tease me. They'd be
more
like,
than when
white
you were in
lady.
school.
Oh my gosh. No, they're the worst.
That's hilarious. Well, yes, you are a beautiful sister, as I said,
Oh,
STAR. So, and then the last question we ask everybody, what's your bad habit?
oh my God. Sweets before bedtime.
Mm.
Oh, I'm too old to eat sugar past 5 p.m. I swear, but I have a sweet tooth and I'll sink into a Cinnabon or a donut or
Oh.
a brownie and I'm in the bed fighting the devil. I can't sleep. I'm flipping and flopping and turning. And oh God, help me go to sleep. I'm taking the Benadryl, I'm taking the NyQuil, I'm taking the melatonin. And I'm still looking at that cake before I go to
Oh my
bed,
God.
knowing good and well I'm gonna have a horrible night if I do that. But I'm working on it, girl. I'm trying to get the victory, I swear.
It is so hard though. That is my story. It's at night. I don't know what it is at night. It's like, I gotta get that Reese's peanut butter cup. Well, you look
Yeah.
fabulous, so it's not going to your hips. So it's going where it's supposed to go. You look good.
Oh, thank
Oh.
you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Congratulations again on the store, Rebecca Cruz, Old Pasadena, and
Yes.
online. It's RebeccaCruz.com, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
and we are going to be styled if we go in there. So thank you so much. I can't wait to see the collection.
Oh, thank you, Jazz. And thank you for just you have such a great energy and a beautiful
Aw.
spirit. Thank you for sharing your spirit with me today.
Oh, I appreciate that. Love you. Mwah.
Mwah.
Say hi to your fine husband for us.
I sure will. I sure will. Thank you.
Bye.